Hey everyone, I'm Norn Queen Alexis and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be answering some questions. But first, if you have a question that you would like to ask in this series, be sure to comment in the comment section down below with the word question and then tell me your question. It makes it a lot easier to find and thus add it to my list and answer the questions themselves. So, today's question: could the Emperor be healed? And if so, what would happen? If not, then what's the big deal? So there's a lot to this question. Okay, so could the Emperor be healed? Well, the Golden Throne doesn't heal the Emperor. He's kind of just a skeleton at this point, wearing some parts of his armor and some of his cybernetics, which we don't know if they were added to after he died or while he was being put on the Golden Throne. We don't know where his cybernetic eye came from, or at least I don't. If somebody could point that out, please comment in the comment section down below, because as far as I know, according to Ark and Lan, the Emperor does have bionics, but has very few of them. So we could have had the bionic eye the entire time and just made it so people didn't see it, or because, he makes illusions and everything, or he just got it after he died. Weird. Whatever. Could the Emperor be healed? And if so, what would happen? So, could the Emperor be healed? Yes and no. Gilliman in the Dark Imperium trilogy in the first book casually mentions that he could repair the Golden Throne, but doesn't ever further on that thought. So what does fixing the Golden Throne mean? We do know that the Golden Throne is breaking, and because it's breaking, it's starting to short circuit every now and then and making warp travel harder for the Imperium and even Chaos, because the Chaos used the light of the Astronomican to navigate. I know that sounds weird, but they actually do it, and it's really dumb. But would that begin the process of healing the Emperor, or would it ascend the Emperor? But the Emperor right now in his current state is a lot stronger than he was in 30K. In 30K, the Emperor would walk around and fight and swing his little sword around and be all like, aha, I'm an anime protagonist, whatcha, and kill things. And then he disappears for no apparent reason, even though he just wants to clap Eldar cheeks in the warp. I mean, that's a god whose dream I could follow. I've seen your brain. He's probably seen that booty. And he's like, yep, going for it. But that aside, when the Emperor was alive during the Black Crusade, during the Great Crusade, not the Black Crusade, during the Great Crusade, he was significantly weaker. In fact, he was actually choked out by an orc. Like, it was a prime orc, like it was a massive fuck-off orc, and Horus killed it, and it is theorized that that was to test Horus's loyalty to the Emperor, and the Emperor could have always killed the orc, and he just wanted to see what Horus would do, but I digress. It does show that the Emperor could have been hurt in his human form. And there's also the War in the Webway, where Draknion, Abaddon's demon sword, back when it was a giant demon, did actually hurt the Emperor, which begs the question that he can be killed. But he is a perpetual, so what happens when you kill a perpetual? Well, perpetuals tend to just come back to life. We have several perpetuals in the series itself, and this is not counting false perpetuals like Vulcan, who is not a full perpetual, but is a pseudo-perpetual. They talk about this in Saturnine. When you kill a perpetual, they do go back to where they were from and reborn. So you could potentially kill the Emperor and resurrect him. But would that be healing him? Technically, yes, but would the Emperor come back, or would he maintain his godly form that he has now? If you don't know the current state of Warhammer 40K, the Emperor is basically a god, and he is so powerful that in the end of the Dark Imperium trilogy in Plague Wars, he's so powerful that just in essence of him coming through the warp, landing on Nurgle's planet, and burning down most of the planet, Nurgle ran scared. Like, Nurgle was horrified that the Emperor was coming for him, and ran and hid inside his palace. It is theorized that the Emperor could have killed Nurgle at that exact point, but didn't. And this is because the Emperor is a fourth-dimensional being that sees all timelines all together, all at once, and thus has to pick the perfect path for humanity. This is what the Perpetuals do. This is explained in Saturnine and a few other books. It's ridiculous, to be honest. Like, time travel in 40K is one of my favorite topics, and I would love to do a video about it, because it's so fucking wild. Like, multiple timelines are actually happening at once, and it's why a lot of stories can be like, Alfarius was the first Primarch discovered, and that is true. But Horus was the first Primarch discovered, and that is also true. Horus spent the most time with the Emperor, but Alfarius was there longer, so who actually spent more time with the Emperor? And it could be both at once. Yeah. So time travel in 40K is a lot more common than people think and is a lot more nuanced than people think. But the Emperor right now is so powerful that I don't even think that if his mortal form died, that he would want to come back. I think that he would maintain his godly essence while maintaining his body on Terra, so that way that he can use the Golden Throne, guide all of his ships through humanity, protect them with the light of the Astronomican within the warp, where all human souls and all souls loyal to the Emperor go when they die. If you don't know this either, when this is explained in the Celestine book, when a soul of a loyal Imperial goes into the warp, because the warp is the Sea of Souls, demons do try to go after it immediately and just devour it and torture it for all eternity. But if you are loyal to the Imperium, your soul is captured by the light of the Astronomican and put into a realm that is literally covered in dead bones everywhere and monsters and tanks and shit. But it's better than being devoured by demons. Celestine has to go through this journey where she finds her faith, her armor, and her duty. I know the last one is funny, but it's her purpose in life. And then she becomes Celestine once again and goes back out. And each time she does this, the Emperor calls to her, resurrects her. She has to find all the pieces of her armor, her sword, and everything. And then she goes back out into the world, and then the Emperor recalls her soul. So technically, every time she dies, it's not her dying, it's the Emperor recalling her soul to his side so that she could go back to the light of the Astronomican. Holy crap, there is so much lore to talk about here. Fuck. Do I think the Emperor would come back? No. The GW won't do it. GW doesn't finish stories. They never have, never will. Like, look at the Gate of Cain, for instance. Look at the Fall of Cadia. Whatever happened with that? Fucking nothing. Like, the State of the Imperium is always ongoing stories that never have a conclusion. And that's because it's supposed to be open for everyone and up to interpretation and how the stories end and everything. GW has commitment issues. They'd make a terrible partner in bed. They would, no. But that's what I think would happen. I don't think it would happen, but at the same time, I think the Emperor's body may be restored a bit. Basically, his soul would be tethered to it a bit better, so that way the Astronomican could light even brighter, which would cause all four Chaos Gods to once again unify to try to fight him. And then he would call in his sons, and they would once again start the great game. Whew. That is a lot. So, if you guys are still here until the end, that's amazing. Congrats. Look at this cute shirt that I got. Dat Biomass. It's with my chibi. You can get it in the links in the description down below. If you guys have any other questions or you think I'm wrong on things, comment in the comment section down below. Be polite, please. I love you guys if you're polite. And tell me your thoughts. And if you have any questions for the future or you want me to better explain everything that I did in this video, comment in the comment section down below. As always, I'm Northern Queen Alexis. I love you guys.